Welcome, welcome again to
Karibu.
Salt of the Earth. We are very, very happy to be able to do this video once again.
Mm-hmm.
So before we go into what we have to share today, we just want to remind you to comment, subscribe, share, like, and help us to be able to get this message to more people and have more people involved in here. So
And we want to get to know you as our community here at Salt of the Earth. We want to hear from you. We want to know what you think about the travels, what you think about how God is moving in our midst. And if you have any personal stories or testimonies to share or adventures that have been similar than the things that we're sharing, we'd love to hear from you.
So we want to share a little bit about yesterday.
Yes.
We were blessed. We had a meeting with church leaders in this area called Mutondo. And in that area, they have taken the area and divided that in 3 zones. So there's Zone A, Zone B, Zone C, and Zone D.
Yeah.
And but the pastors are working together, which is an awesome thing to see pastors working together to try to change, to transform, and to care for that area. And one of the things that we were able to share with them is to tell them that they are gatekeepers. And as gatekeepers, they have a responsibility, spiritual responsibility into that area, and that there's so much that can happen in that area because of the position that they would take. So it was a very good moment speaking to leaders and blessing them. And we were just amazed. First, because it was short notice, we did not give them a lot of time to gather, to spread the word. So, we'll have a lot of people. To us, the group was small. It wasn't a huge group, but to them, they were amazed by all the people that came, because they're pastors and they have responsibilities and they have things that they had to do. And it was raining. It was a rainy day, which rainy day in Africa means many times your schedule, especially when it's church, may not happen. But they came out, and we were just amazed by that.
Yeah, and I was just thinking about the verse as I think back on the meeting of the leaders and pastors coming together. I was thinking about the verse in Psalm 133, verse 1, where it says, "How good and pleasant it is when brethren dwell together in unity." And anytime you see city leaders or church leaders coming together, it takes a spirit of unity to break through the territorialism and tribalism and just the logistics of coming together. Transport in Kampala has not been easy. It has been a challenge, especially, we don't know the city. A lot of people speak English, but the majority speak Luganda here in Kampala. And so we don't speak Luganda, but we do speak English, which helps a lot. But it has been wonderful having a young man that helps us get around and has been a guide for us in many ways, has been a support and assistant in so many ways. And it's been a blessing. So just even working together with him in unity just has brought that spirit of unity as well, and allowed a lot of what we're doing to be possible. So we're so thankful to Benjamin for all of his assistance.
Yes, a shout out to Benjamin.
Yes, shout out.
Thank you very much, Benjamin, for the work that you've been doing.
Yes.
And as we were going to bless this group of people, we realized that the enemy was not really in one. It wasn't happy with that. So we used Uber to go from places to places many times. It is a safe way to go around, because each vehicle is supposed to be checked, is supposed to, there are some requirements that the vehicles have to pass, and the drivers and things like that. So it's safe. It's safe for you to walk into a car and call the driver by his name, because you have the name.
Yeah.
and it's safe to be able to see the tag on your phone of the vehicle that you're going to get into,
And to have an idea of the price.
and to have an
give
idea
us
of
an
the
idea of the
price.
price.
It's very safe.
Yes.
It's very helpful. So we go into this specific Uber, and first, the first guy who came, he walks in and says, you know, he looks at the area that we have to go. He says, "This is too far. You have to cancel Uber, and you will pay me directly, so he doesn't have to pay the Uber fees." I understand that can make sense, but when it came time to say how much we have to pay him, he put higher than what Uber would have charged us. We said, nope, we feel uncomfortable with you, and we got out of that Uber and order a new Uber.
And it was about 30% higher. So he was doing the 30% markup.
So the new one comes, and he takes us. He's really nice. Everything seems to be okay. The way I read his name, I didn't read his name with the right accent. So even as an African, I don't have the right accent for them. So he corrected me a few times. But anyway, we start going, and sometimes he was still driving. He says, "Okay, I'll have to drop you off, guys, because the car has a problem. You have to order a new Uber." And we just look at each other and say, "What's going on here?" And then they say, "Oh, never mind. It's fine. We can keep going." And just a few minutes later, the car just breaks down. It couldn't move anymore.
Yeah.
So we had to get out and get a new Uber. The new one is the one that we really liked, with the guy named Larry. And Larry came and took us. Nice car, nice, demeanor, nice person, very sweet. So we went with him, and when he got there, he decided to stay there, to be in church with us, and to take us back home. What a blessing!
Yes, it was a blessing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can remember just getting back in at the end and just talking with him and asking him if it had been a while since he had been in church. And he said, "Oh, no, I go to church all the time." And as my husband was saying, we could sense that. And he had just a very calm demeanor, just a very sweet spirit about him. And so you can sense when you're amongst brethren, when you're brothers in Christ, that he was just saying how encouraged he was by the word and how happy he was to be a part of that evening. So it was a good experience.
He was so happy. He's going to be here in a few minutes, because we are going to a youth group, a youth training.
Yes.
That they requested us to stop by and bless them. So we're going there, and Larry says, "I'm going to take you." So we're waiting for them, him and Benjamin. They're going to be coming soon. But the thing here is that spirit of unity that Deborah was just talking about. As salt of the earth, I don't know what situation you find yourself with your family, or you find yourself in the community you live, or you find yourself in the church, or in the profession that you are. The Bible tells us there's blessing in that unity. The unity commands a blessing. And we know that by what happened yesterday, by that unity we saw yesterday, they wanted us to come back. They wanted us to make it a 3-day thing. And but our schedule seems to be very full. We don't know if we will be able to get back there. But what caused them to even get to that place is the unity that they create themselves. So I just want to encourage you to seek unity in anything that you do. Jesus said that they would know, or the word says that they would know that you are my disciples by the love you have one for another. That love commands so much inside of us. Be salt. Keep loving people. Love God and love people. I love that saying. It's not in the Bible, but it's from the Bible. Love God, love people.
Yeah, we just want to encourage you again that you were created to be the salt of the earth.